Ladies and gentlemen, a little behind the scenes for you all there. My name is Sandwich. Adonis getting us started a little bit ahead of schedule up here in week 6 in the ECAC. Both players tonight, Adonis and MunDayne, jostling for some high-level playoff seeding. Continue to get the score bug adjusted. Adonis starting off on the defensive side of the football on his Kansas City Chiefs. Pass to the outside, gonna grab the first down and more. I've alluded to it in this latter half of the season. Making these tackles in open space is going to be more difficult as that stick skill that players have got at their disposal continues to rise. The luxury of a Swiss format regular season. First down, following moving the chains. Randolph-Macon rather, able to get to the outside, reset the down and distance once more. Again, Madden incredibly different to College Football 25 in terms of top teams. Up here in Madden 25, all Baltimore, all Kansas City, all Philadelphia. Very rarely are you seeing anyone operate outside of those top 3 squads. Adonis, one of the players, ironically enough, that has liked to operate outside of that top 3 with the Washington Commanders. Certainly going to be his secondary tonight. Starting off with Kansas City on game 1. The long rollout from Lamar Jackson. Able to buy time for targets to get open. Once more able to move the chains. First down and 10, going to make motion on the run. First stop for Adonis of tonight's best of 3, able to force the TFL for a loss of 1. QB keeper going to that left side. Adonis should be all over it, able to bottle it up before they turn the corner. Going to be 3rd and 6 for the Yellow Jackets. Now this is the exact same Randolph-Macon squad that MunDayne had dispatched pretty handily back in week 4. So a similar scenario for Adonis, who had to fend off the UC Patriots in his College Football 25 matchup earlier this week. A UC Patriots squad that MunDayne had dispatched previously in the Swiss stage. Adonis did not fare well. UC Patriots, a little bit of revenge on Post University, winning in the best of 3. Adonis looking to prevent that kind of deja vu here tonight. Able to force Randolph-Macon to leave with 3 on the opening drive. First play from the line of scrimmage. Run out to the left sideline. One man to beat. Adonis opts to try and turn the corner. Gets taken down at the 41-yard line. Nice solid run for Adonis. Looking to shake off the loss he took last week, or yesterday rather, in the College Football 25 matchup. Adonis, his last week, pretty close games, but came out with the 2-0 series victory against Russell Sage. Meanwhile, MunDayne, who we will get to, dropped off his undefeated streak last week. He'll be looking to get back in the win column. Speaking of wins, MunDayne. Excuse me, Adonis. Nice win from the line of scrimmage. His receiver with a step on his man. Adonis with picture-perfect placement to get us to the end of the first quarter. Always feels like these Madden games move a little bit faster than the college football 25 games do. It's hard to really pinpoint why, but got a nice stop for Adonis in the first quarter. Able to force Randolph making a leave with 3. Now looking to punch in a touchdown of his own. Large drop back. Lucky to be 2nd and 10. Again, you drop that far back. The big risk is if you get any hands on the quarterback, could be setting yourself up for failure on 2nd down. Adonis not going to have to worry about that. Regular 2nd and 10 here from the 37-yard line. Able to find the man who's open. It's Worthy down the left sideline for the touchdown. Trips on that left side of the field. Randolph-Macon had the coverage jumbled up. And Adonis able to take the lead. The PAT is good. And a nice start for Adonis, the man who can score lightning quick. Took Randolph-Macon nearly the whole quarter. Scored 3. Adonis responding rapidly. Now back on the defensive side of the football. Middle linebacker play. Adonis forced to move one of his linemen back to play middle linebacker. Not the ideal position to have to try and play that ball hawking defense. Randolph-Macon well aware of that foot speed advantage. Able to convert the gain of 9. 2nd and 1 now. Adonis in a much more regular spot. Nearly had a takeaway after the catch was bobbled out of the receiver's hands. Forced out of the receiver's hands, rather. Hit through the air. Now 3rd and 1 for Adonis. The keeper for Lamar Jackson. The juke move. Gonna be the difference maker between a 1st down and now 4th and 1 for Randolph-Macon. Gonna do some damage with the pass. Adonis is all over it. Down the right sideline, able to get past 1. The lineman too slow for that one. It's a pick 6 for Adonis. Both sides of the football scoring points here for the Eagles. The PAT is up and good, and Adonis looking to leave nothing up to chance. Looking to put yesterday's L in his college football 25 matchup behind him. Already a 2-possession game early on here in the second quarter. Again, Adonis's only L, similar to how he was in college football 25 coming into week 6. His only L was that forfeit loss he had to take in week 4. Adonis coming in with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. Looking to prove that L was a scheduling mishap and nothing more. Going to stay in the driver's seat for high playoff seeding. Able to force the rollout for Randolph-Macon. The pass across his body's picked off. Another takeaway for the Eagles defense. Adonis knocking on the door of another touchdown. So dangerous to throw it across your body. You throw it while running across your body. The pass is way short of the receiver. Randolph-Macon had a pass across the field earlier following a QB rollout, but Lamar Jackson standing perfectly still versus running. Difference between a reception and an interception. Adonis looking to be the beneficiary following the takeaway. Head start for his offense starting on the opposing 29. Pocket collapses. Wise play. Bit of intentional grounding, but you know that's never going to get called in Madden. So a heads up play for Adonis. Again, well aware of what happens when you drop that far back. That'll bring us to 2nd and 10. Adonis looking for the man underneath. That was a close one. Heads up play by Adonis. Again, user the receiver. We talked about using that receiver to turn what could be a dangerous pass into a brilliant one. More of that happening here. You see that quick turnaround? That's Adonis using number 4, the receiver there to come back and make the catch. Something virtually impossible to do in actual football. Makes it a bit easier when you can see the entirety of the field. Speaking of seeing the whole field, Adonis with the scramble hit the defender's hands. So a big break for Adonis that time. Ball could have been taken right back for the Yellow Jackets. Instead, it'll be 2nd and goal. We will stay with Adonis here as he looks to break this game wide open. Able to find the underneath route. Pass is caught. Always a tough catch to make when you got to brace for that contact. We'll be swapping to the MunDayne POV following this possession on offense for Adonis. Now 3rd and goal. Looking to do some damage on the run. He cuts it back, but the whole line was shifted left. No help as he's brought down for a loss of 1. Going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. No shame in the field goal game, especially as Adonis is going to start the second half with the football. And it'll be a fake field goal. The pass is dropped. Had a chance. It hit the receiver's hands, but that's what we were talking about, ladies and gentlemen. When there's contact being made at the moment of the catch, so easy for that ball to get knocked loose. We'll watch one possession. On defense, not a safety somehow. And we got to catch the start of MunDayne's game. If you missed last week's results, they are on your screen now. Again, MunDayne looking to get back in the win column. His undefeated season coming to an end following that heartbreaking loss to Muskingum.
Hurts now. That'll be taken in by Barkley. Well, that helps.
As we are here on the MunDayne show, we are going to get the score bug up to date. Will certainly be difficult to tell. Looks like MunDayne on his Eagles. Cumberland opting for the Baltimore Ravens. As we said, top 3 in this game is so stacked and it's not even close.
A pickup of 15 in the air. First down, Philadelphia.
3rd downs, Mike. Those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself.
So MunDayne got to stay locked in again. Took this undefeated record going down in week 6. Happened in week 5. Tough. No, oh my goodness. Looked like it bounced off a defender. Almost a basketball play for the catch. MunDayne gonna have to settle for 2nd and 10 from the 11. A nice spot to be. About 10 yards before you reset the chains, but only 1 more yard after that between you and the score. Up to the line of scrimmage, short gain of just 3. Just on the timing, my guess Cumberland Esports started with the football. Assume the possession arrow going to go MunDayne's way in the second half, but a lot of football to be played until then. MunDayne looking to at least move the chains here, keep this offense alive here in the red zone. Loads of adjustments under scrimmage. MunDayne, the maestro under center. Eyeing that perfect curl route. Smith could be the target on this play. Watch him curl. It's covered. Both of his options were covered that time, and not a moment more to look for any options elsewhere on offense. MunDayne gonna have to settle for 3. The kick is up and the kick is good. Gonna be some pressure on the defense here to respond. Put MunDayne back in the driver's seat early on in this contest. Everybody needing a drink following that drive. Oh, the special teams trickeration. It's going to pin Cumberland way further back than they expected. Then MunDayne's trick play on special teams, a kick that hits just inside that target line, often is difficult to field for the opposing offense. Opposing special teams, rather, often pins the opposing offense way deeper than they'd like. This time they'll start from the 10. We've yet to see MunDayne capitalize with a safety following this deep position. It would be impressive if he got one here. But again, you get a lot more field between you and your opponent. 1st and 10, only good for a 2-yard gain.
It's second down.
Your 2nd and 8, what could be the last play of the first quarter.
Slot receiver headed right.
Cumberland may be content to take us all the way there. No, they're going to snap with 5 seconds remaining. Going to be brought down, sent all the way back to the 2-yard line.
A sack.
There's that defensive response we want following the perfection on special teams.
That long walk to the other end of the field.
Going to get sent all the way back just outside of their own end zone. 3rd and humongous for the Cumberland Esports Phoenix here.
So backed up after the sack.
Trips on that left sideline. Could be deep routes that take a while to develop. And they're going to have to make a decision to stay or go on these trip routes depending on how they work here. Following the snap. And they're going to go all in for just a moment before covering that drag route. He's a hair short, and he's going to give up the 1st down. He made the read, just a step slow to get out there. And that'll be the difference between a stop on 3rd and long and the Cumberland Esports offense staying out on the field here. Big bubble screen, slight man advantage. MunDayne able to neutralize it for the 7-yard gain. We talked about it with MunDayne, the big weakness on defense, making tackles in open space. The user middle linebacker was out there on 3rd and long, wasn't able to come up with the stop. Once more, slight man advantage, going to be good enough to reset the down and distance for Cumberland Esports.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
MunDayne sticking with this middle linebacker, almost fake the rush and then go back out to play the pass.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL,
Cumberland once more able to move the chains following that short gain. The short catch. Going to go long enough yards after the catch to reset. Bring us 1st and 10 from the 46.
So far, their passing game has dominated here early.
Oh, receiver downfield. He has a step. Pass is caught. No yards after catch, but still a huge shot downfield. Going to get Cumberland inside the red zone. 1st and goal from the 9 for the Phoenix.
You have to generate explosive plays, and after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
1st and goal.
Run up the left sideline. The tackle shed, and it's going to go all the way for this touchdown.
And he is in.
Oh my, the physical run offense for the Ravens. Derrick Henry just shoving off the 1st defender. No additional help to bring him down. And it'll be 14-7 for the Cumberland Esports Phoenix. Certainly not the start MunDayne drew up. 3 seconds left in the half. The possession arrow is going his way. A couple of scores could still get him right back into contention if he can time it just right. Score with 000s and start the 3rd quarter with the ball in his hands again. We can't confirm it. It's my guess based off of the score and the time frame when we swapped into the MunDayne show here.
1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive.
Back gonna keep it.
Down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
Barkley not going to shed any tackles.
They'll try again here.
Unlike
Second
Derrick
and
Henry,
10.
just plays a go. Going to be 2nd and 10 for MunDayne.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts.
This time Barkley out of the backfield, jukes into one defender, able to shed a couple of tackles. The cavalry arrives to bring him down 1 yard short of the first down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Dane once again, maestroing under center.
And they'll throw here with
Trying to
Hurts.
find the opening. The drag route with a step on the coverage.
And it's Smith.
Secondary able to
On the pickup.
wrangle
Good for an
the
Eagles
offense
first
in. Going to
down.
be 1st and 10 from the 47.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect
Those
one,
drag routes
you're
so
never
tough
gonna
to
get
guard
the
if you
receiver.
don't have help
He
either from the
started
middle
on left
linebackers or
side
the
of formation in the
cornerbacks.
slot, and he has to run
Neither
all
coming to
the
the
way
rescue that
across the
time.
field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time.
MunDayne
Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys
operating
up
with
front.
a methodical pace, taking us to that 2-minute warning intentionally here. Going to take as much time off the clock as possible. Bunch formation here on 1st down. This is one that MunDaynes like to operate out of. Still, the wealth of adjustments.
Hurts to the air.
From the
On first
47-yard line, out comes the drag routes once more.
Take it in, right
Able to
side.
slide past the one before being shoved at the 32.
Down inside the 35.
That last completion's
And
gonna
right
go
now,
a
these
long
coverages
way
Cumberland
towards
have got, the
finishing this
cornerbacks,
2-minute drive, Mike, with some
looks like they're
poise.
set just a little
Already
far
in
back,
field
so these
goal
drag
range,
routes
so
just
now the
basically
idea is
catch it,
continue to work the clock
undercut the
down, take a couple
defense, the
shots
help
at the
defense
end
that's supposed to
zone.
be there to
You
cover
wanna
these
get
drag routes, these in
points,
routes.
ideally a touchdown, but
Screen
either
pass to
way,
Goddard.
you have the
Then another
ball
option in
last
MunDayne's
before the end of
playbook.
the second quarter.
This one bottled
You
up
put
for the gain
plays
of
like
1.
this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end.
See, the user defender
Hit as he throws.
eyeing up all these drag routes. Cumberland had the help defense as well from the CPUs.
Wanted to, not really sure.
Again, these multiple drag route plays are going to force
It'll be 3rd down.
perfection from a user perspective, but also schematically to ensure you've got your CPU help in the proper spots. Cumberland with the right answer on defense there on 2nd and 9. Now 3rd down. Little comeback route. Going to be hauled in for the 1st down.
First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a
Tough
first
read
down.
for MunDayne. He's able to catch the comeback route at the perfect time to move the chains.
Throw the ball to his first read.
No man advantage on this left side. This is going to be a tough play. MunDayne looks like he's going to stick to the screen pass to the left side of the field. Might be an audible to Barkley here. No, going to stay on that left side. No blockage. MunDayne just going to power through that first defender to move the chains, get us into 1st and goal. 22 seconds remaining. Both players looking to keep these timeouts into halftime. Out comes the first one for MunDayne. On a score with triple zeros. Don't want to run the clock all the way down to triple zeros beforehand.
Because it's 1st and goal.
Again, Hurts.
Drag routes covered up. MunDayne try to slot it
Picks it off.
in between the cornerbacks. A tough play. MunDayne can't believe it.
Ball here at their own 35-yard line.
So you
A
find yourself
gutsy
in
decision to
three
throw
range.
in between both of the drag routes there. He certainly had a window, at least visually.
It changes everything.
Looked like
This
some
is a
user
huge
defense from
missed
Cumberland and
opportunity.
just,
You have to
yeah, you see
capitalize
swap to
on
44,
it.
just
6.
lock in place, turn those hips, make the catch for the interception. If that was all CPU, MunDayne could have had the pass brought in there, but instead it'll be 1st and 10 from the 35 for Cumberland Esports.
From the gun, Jackson. Going for
MunDayne, a
ball.
chance to bring this football back, and he's hauled it in.
Thrown and
Pair of interceptions before being tripped up at his own 16.
safety, Reed Blankenship.
As don't believe the hype. It looked like the 2-minute warning popped up for a second there. There is no 2-second warning. So this will almost certainly be the last play of the half. way too far to be thinking about a field goal.
Here's first and
MunDayne gonna have one shot at some points here. Cumberland Esports not looking to make it easy on him with his deep man 3 prevent. Gonna do some damage on the ground with Barkley. The hurdle gonna go nowhere, and that'll be halftime.
as time runs out on this.
As we'll take a brief break. Want to catch the Adonis show. And perfect timing on the Adonis show as well, as he's approaching the end of his game 1 here in very comfortable position. 28-9 for Adonis. Able to air it out. They looks like they rushed 8. Engage 8 defense. Getting burned here. Another touchdown to go the way of Adonis. He'll be forced onto his Washington Commanders in record time. Less than 30 minutes. Again, these Madden games just move so much quicker. The early quit almost a certainty here. And 34-9 going to be your game 1 scoreline for Adonis. That will give us the perfect excuse to swap back to the MunDayne show, which is good. He's got a bit of a mountain to climb here. Looks like sandwich nose ball. I did correctly make the prediction on who's going to be starting with the ball here in the 3rd quarter of play.
Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Hurts.
MunDayne now looking for that drag route underneath to Smith. Able to get the first down, nothing more. If I'm MunDayne, excuse me, the way the last couple weeks of Madden and college football 25, I'll just feel good if I don't give up 3 fumbles, 4 fumbles in a contest. Really feels like lots of it is out of his control, but seems no one on his teams can hold on to the football much. Did throw an interception earlier on in the contest, but no forced fumbles just yet for the defense. The juke move for Smith once more. And he hauled in to move the chains. MunDayne certainly operating in tight windows. The secondary is making their presence felt on all of these catches. Time out to the left sideline. Goddard, the tight end. Never going to win the foot race. But when you need chunk plays, you need a one-on-one matchup with a guy smaller than you, that play is going to work money every time.
Hurts again.
Now under center, no play action. Money route for MunDayne, able to turn the corner. No one else is home. Touchdown Eagles.
Touchdown Philadelphia.
One-on-one on the far right side of the field. MunDayne able to handle the rest. Money maker play. And you make the catch, you're already moving with such speed. Got that 50-50. Are you going to roll flat and curl around the defense? Or are you just going to run right past them for the score? So many options if you get a catch on that play design. MunDayne looking to leave with 2 more though. Gotta exercise some demons here. Struggling from the red zone in this late season skid. Gonna look to score here. Catch to Barkley out of the backfield. The 2-pointer is good. We have a 3-point game. Sigh of relief for MunDayne, who again excels in open space, but has been struggling in these smaller red zones. All going to be hauled in. No special teams trickeration that time. Instead, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 33.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry.
Run once more. Derrick Henry just absurd stiff arm shove. I don't really know what that was. Brought one defender immediately onto the ground. This time the help defense is there. Going to be 2nd and 4.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Out to Henry once more. The seas parting. Now looking to crash down upon him. Going to bring him down at the 48. Going to bring about 1st down for Cumberland Esports.
Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the
Out to
pass.
Henry once more. Again, MunDayne had the user in position, couldn't make the tackle, and Henry with a step going to take it all the way to the 4-yard line. It's been the kryptonite for MunDayne. In my opinion, it's a bit easier to make these user plays in Madden than College Football 25. Still far from easy, especially one-on-one in space. Like MunDayne has been forced into that time, able to get hands on the running back for the loss of 1. That's what you want to see. MunDayne getting on the ball early before Cumberland could make any juke move, any adjustment to dodge that diving tackle, which could. There's normally an all-out play, but MunDayne using it to great effect there. Gonna need more where that came from here on second. And goal from the 5, one-on-one. Cumberland runs right into the blocker, who's able to bring him down. Tough break from MunDayne, honestly. One-on-one blockage. So Cumberland had the man advantage there. A tough positioning, and MunDayne able to make the tackle. Again, this show needs to be far from over. 3rd and goal from the 5. MunDayne locking up Barkley out of the backfield. No more time for anything else to develop. Hands on the quarterback for 4th and goal from the 5. Saw MunDayne right there using his noggin on defense here. And the field goal unit's going to come out. MunDayne smiling. He knows he caught a tough break. Only going to be a 6-point lead now. A touchdown could take the lead for Post University.
And the Ravens will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively you come back to the sideline and you're thinking,
MunDayne has done well to battle back. Now going to have his chance to take the lead with a touchdown on this drive.
settle for 3. That can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
1st and 10 from the 30. No special teams trickeration out of Cumberland Esports. They force the touchback every single time. 1st and 10 under center. And move out to Smith. You're going to commit to the drag route and the juke move. It's been getting Smith some space. It looks like Cumberland have been usering that route. At least that time getting burned by it. Again, it feels so easy. Just turn on that sprint, that R2, that right trigger to commit to the drag route. Then the juke move gets space. This time it's Barkley out of the backfield. Spins right into the defender. Brought down at the 43-yard line.
They stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down.
Oh, the pass has jumped. The screen pass to Goddard blown up for an interception. Tough scenes for MunDayne. We mentioned easy money whenever you want it. Not this time. Cumberland taking it back for a takeaway. Just flat out jumping the route for the interception.
They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw him a
MunDayne, a tough one, and he knows it. Cumberland can make it a 2-score game with a field goal. They're already in range to do just that. Cumberland playing with house money here. A chance to make it a multiple possession game with a touchdown.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Second and 5 from the 25. The rollout for Lamar Jackson. Just going to be a short pickup for the tight end.
He is knocked down hard. Wow.
And then got to stay locked in.
But he does have enough.
And not too many cards left in his deck here. He needs to force a takeaway. Cumberland able to turn a 1-touchdown game. A 6-point lead to a 9-point lead if they lead with 3.
On the give, here's Henry.
And wow, Henry able to shed the tackle. MunDayne can't believe it. How could you? Breaks one tackle, just slithers off of the line of scrimmage for the score. 23 4-11 Cumberland Esports.
Like they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as
And
an
Cumberland
offense,
looking to
there's
make it a
little
2-touchdown
added
game, a
confidence, Mike. When you see
13-point
yourself
lead
this close to
with
the
a
end zone,
2-point
get
PAT.
into the huddle, you're anxious
Would be
to see what the
14
next
if it's
couple
good
plays
here.
are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
MunDayne, an uphill battle awaits. Want to start off on the right foot here and shut down this 2-point conversion.
Now Jackson.
Patience out of Cumberland. Finally going to snap the ball. The rollout for Lamar Jackson.
That's gonna be
Force the commit to the quarterback before throwing it in the air.
they add to
The
their
2-point conversion is good. And MunDayne, I don't know if there's any other way to slice it, had momentum going his way in the third quarter. Cumberland Esports firmly putting that one to bed here. MunDayne with an uphill battle as he approaches the start of the fourth quarter.
Through the end zone for a touchback.
Matches get tough exponentially fast here in the ECAC thanks to this Swiss format. Again, MunDayne, a man who was undefeated a week ago, took a loss last week. Now looking to start this best of 3 on the right foot, down 2 scores.
First down, it's Hurts.
Pass to Dotson, slot receiver
And they will
with the
bring
post
him
route.
on the other side of midfield.
That'll bring us to midfield
So,
for the start of the fourth
up
quarter.
and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA
Uphill
Sports.
battle for MunDayne awaits. Perfect football. It's going to be the floor for any sort of success here in game 1, just to get us tied up.
On first down, it's Hurts.
MunDayne under center. The rocket catch does not go MunDayne's way. MunDayne. MunDayne waving the white flag. He tried to rocket catch. You saw him use her to the receiver to bring him back. He spins him out of control. He gives up the interception. We will not dwell on that one for too much longer. 24-11, your game 1 score. As we will get back to the Adonis show as MunDayne looks to get on with game 2 of his best of 3 series. To get the score bugs adjusted accordingly. We of course need to adjust the teams. Out goes Adonis on his Commanders, as we mentioned, is a possibility. The only player in ECAC Madden 25, it feels like, using someone who's not in the top 3. 49ers a cop-out, easily the 4th team behind the Ravens, Eagles, and Chiefs. But I guess Randolph-Macon technically proving me wrong there as well. Much closer game here in the second quarter. Halfway through the second quarter of the contest. We approach the 2-minute warning. Zeros on the scoreboard. Dropping back is Adonis. Able to find the running back in the backfield. Able to get a nice 7-yard gain, excuse me, for 2nd and 3. Not bad. Again, this is our first time seeing either of these players here in game 2. Clearly a different kind of offense. Here in the second game of the contest, the rocket catch, the comeback route, not going to go Adonis's way. We're going to have 3rd and short from the 38. Such a lower scoring affair. The punting unit liable to come out on 4th down. This will be Adonis's last chance here for 3 yards to move the chains. You wonder if he's going to scramble. Yeah, lots of blades of grass open here. Easy slide. Don't need 1,000,000 yards. Just need 3 to bring about 1st and 10 from the 47. Nice heads up play. Sometimes you feel like that's always in your back pocket. If you have a lot of time under center and these deep developing routes, just look for some time and a window for the receiver to make a play on the football. Adonis able to slot it in. 3 49ers in the airspace, but it's a Commander coming down with the reception. Adonis in scoring position. You make the catch before the secondary. Make a play on the football. Make a play on the receiver. Now once more, a play that's going to move the seams. Adonis doing that intentionally right that time. Playing with fire. The QB spy all over that one. This time he looked incredibly intentional to call that play with the preconception to scramble out of the pocket. Only this time QB spy well aware. Able to force the takeaway. And I think I know why it's 0-0. Saw 3 turnovers between both teams. A huge deep shot downfield. Gonna jumpstart the Randolph-Macon offense. Get him to the 50. Randolph-Macon under center. Last play of the half. Need a miracle. This is going to be a nice 27-yard gain, 28-yard gain. All for naught for Randolph-Macon. Still 0-0 as we approach halftime. An absolute rock fight. Adonis going to start the third quarter on the defensive side of the football here in game 2. Special team shikeration coming out of Adonis here. Good old-fashioned kickoff. Gonna pin Randolph-Macon at the 19. Play action. No. McCaffrey gonna keep it. Juke move to get past the first man. Nice moves. Nearly got past the free safeties. Instead, we brought down at about the 35. Name of the game so far in both matchups, just making tackles to running backs in open space. The football's knocked loose, going to be thrown out of bounds. A nail biter for Randolph-Macon. Able to come out of it with the football still in their possession. Now Purdy under center, the pocket collapses. Early slide, don't even force the chance of a fumble occurring. All sorts of patience from Randolph-Macon on that play call there. I believe Adonis had the play called early, which is why we had that camera angle. The rollout for Purdy, rolling circles around here in the pocket, looking to turn that corner on the lineman. Tried to turn the corner another time. Instead, it'll be 4th and 18 from their own 27. That is lock-up defense if I've ever seen it. The punt going to get to about the 25. Adonis going to look to field it. Not going to get much further. Offense getting started at the 29-yard line. And that high-powered defense for Adonis, early in conjunction with these turnovers we've had in this game, is why we have a 0-0 scoreline midway through the third quarter. Adonis, 1st and 10 from the 29, looking to change that, looking to part the seas, breaking out of the pocket. No slide just yet, able to get past the line of scrimmage and out of bounds. Able to get past the first down marker and more on the run. Confidence in the run game following up that fumble. Adonis not scared of scrambling with Jaden Daniels. Second and 2 from midfield. Going to take the drag routes underneath. Multiple right answers on that play. It looked like he had the running back coming out of the backfield untouched as well. Adonis cruising so far. 2-on-2 on that left side of the field. You wonder where the free safety in the middle of your screen is going to commit. Why could be a factor depending on the coverage. Adonis certainly thinking so. Gets brought down. Oh, and no man's land between that scramble and that pass. Thankful it's not a loss of yardage. Adonis calm, cool, and collected in the pocket. Not moving an inch that time. Believing in his line of scrimmage. We see all sorts of quarterbacks in this competition. I believe we saw Randolph-Macon do it earlier. Just right off the line, just immediately backpedal. Adonis going to do some of that. Buy some time for the comeback route for the touchdown. Able to put the staring contest to an end and do some damage in the air for 7. EAT is good. Goose egg off the board for Adonis, and he's up 7. Adonis feeling good here, punching in the game's first touchdown as we approach the final quarter of play. A lot of pressure on Randolph-Macon to convert now. You do not want to risk coming up empty this trip on the field. You want to score at least a field goal to give your defense a chance if you're Randolph-Macon. Certainly thinking about a touchdown here on 1st and 10 from the 30. And once again, hands on the quarterback. Ball popped loose, so it'll be 2nd and 10. You see the lineman hype. That's basically a sack. Fortunately, clock stops and no loss of yards, however. Deep drop back out to Kittle for the 8-yard gain. That'll bring us to the final quarter of play. I just want to catch the start of the MunDayne show. His game going well. Just scored, or just gave up a touchdown, excuse me. So maybe not going too hot. We will stick with the Adonis show, as there a lot of time in MunDayne's game too, and this game could be over any moment if Adonis can put up a dagger of a touchdown. A lot of time for Brock Purdy under center. Too much time if you're a quarterback. You start getting in your own head. You get that much time to ruminate between the pass and the scramble as the pocket collapses around you. Still able to keep his head on a swivel, though. Get the pass animation out. No loss of yardage. Randolph-Macon, well aware of the scenario. Their week 6 record in the balance here. And a timeout. Coming out for post-university. They saw something they did not like on the defensive side of the football. Didn't want to risk making that adjustment on the audible. Hoping that adjustment bears fruit here on 4th and 2. Gonna force the rollout for Brock Purdy. Out comes the swirl game. This is a dangerous football caught by absolutely no one. And now Adonis firmly in the driver's seat. Another touchdown could be GG's for Randolph-Macon, as Adonis will move to a 5-1 record with a W here. Drag route is hauled in for the touchdown, taking the contact right after the catch. Mesh route for Adonis here. Such a lethal play. You got a pair of drag routes underneath. Got the running back running out wide if the defense sells out on either of those drag routes. Really easy to get these chunk plays. Very rarely going to be one that gets you a touchdown, but right now Adonis looking comfortable here with 2nd and inches. Ertz out of the line of scrimmage, able to get past one. A nice pair of juke moves to grab a couple extra yards. Little hesitation move, nothing on the right stick, no animations necessary. Bringing out the do-it-yourself kit to get us 1st and goal. Patience under center, catches multiple linemen. 5th sack of the game for Randolph-Macon. Under center once more. A little too early on that one. Pass is airmailed. Adonis here on 3rd and goal. As long as you don't throw an interception, you can kick a field goal and be in almost game-endingly good position. Certainly in the back of Adonis's mind here as the ball gets knocked loose. Again, he didn't want to force anything. Just don't lose yards. And it'll be an easy field goal here from the 10. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Yellow Jackets going to need a Christmas miracle in the month of March. Not saying it's impossible, but Adonis may already be thinking about his matchup next week here. And a lead with 3 minutes left to play. You thought there was pressure before. Now a 2-possession game for Randolph-Macon to try to surpass here. Line of scrimmage, no play action. McCaffrey on the keeper. Good for a 1-yard gain. Gonna be tough scenes to rely on a strong run offense with 2 minutes left to go, down 2 scores. You need chunk plays, and you need them now. Very often that's only going to be coming through the air. Only thing going right at the quarterback is the Adonis defense. Post University with a sack to bring about 3rd and 17. Deep drop. The pass is broken up. We've talked about it all broadcast. Hitting or making the catch as the contact comes. This time forcing the incompletion. Randolph-Macon understands the scenario. Do or die time for the Yellow Jackets here at their own 23-yard line. A lot of time under center. Not enough time for anything to develop. A turnover on downs for Randolph-Macon. Adonis thinking about victory formation here. Still 3 timeouts for the Yellow Jackets. But this one may be done and dusted, folks. Getting right at the running back from the line of scrimmage. There's the 2-minute warning, that bonus timeout the Yellow Jackets have at their disposal. Adonis, essentially a first down from locking up this game. Potential rollout. No, gonna bring it right to Ertz. Oh my goodness, like a needle in a haystack. How did he find that opening for the touchdown? Absolute absurdity. Led the football behind the receiver so that he could user the receiver backwards on his route to make that catch. And was still able to find the end zone. Nice highlight play for Adonis en route to this Week 6 victory. Nice juke moves on the kickoff return. Still an absurd mountain to climb for Randolph-Macon. A lot of time under center, but it's picked off. Adonis taking it the other way, bringing out the emotes. Why not this game? A little exclamation point on the defensive side. 17 zip and another takeaway for the defense. No white flag being waved by Randolph-Macon. Adonis with a chance to tally up a couple more points for that score differential. Tiebreaker almost certainly going to be a factor for him based on the fact that he's not undefeated. So number 1 seed out of the question. So score differential going to matter for jostling for that playoff seeding. Nice toe tap. Though not nice enough. Going to be ruled out of bounds. Going to be 2nd and 10 here. Go route to McLaurin. Going to be a factor depending on how that defense is played. Could go to the drag route. Old reliable. Looked like he was going for that post route on the right side of the field. No time to air that one out, and we have 3rd down. Adonis under center. More hands on the quarterback. I believe it's the 6th sack for Randolph-Macon. With a stat like that, you're amazed this is not a closer contest. Adonis feeling himself. Playing free right now. Going to keep the offense out. Time under center. Nice catch just underneath the defense to move the chains. No timeouts coming for Randolph-Macon. They're not looking to get this football back. Just going to try to stop the bleeding by preventing a score on offense. That's one way to protect the score differential. Nice little Jordan logo on the catch for Adonis that time. Some blades of grass opening here. Adonis well aware of it. Trying to extend the play for the pass with his legs. Heads up play by Adonis. Able to bait the defense right up to the visor of his helmet before making the pass to get to the 4-yard line. And more points almost guaranteed for Adonis here with a timeout in his back pocket. The only question is we're going to have 6 or 3. Adonis almost assuredly going boom. With 1st and goal, a lot of time left. The first pass broken up. So the clock stopped. 10 seconds remain here between Adonis and a Game 2 victory. Only question is, what's that final score going to be? Second and goal from the 4. Just ran out of line of scrimmage, ran out of pocket. He was trying to run with those drag routes. So tough to do if you can't roll out of the pocket. Quick pass once again. Adonis threading the needle. Tough catch, gonna make it 23 zip, and that'll do it. There goes the early quit. GG's for Adonis. He gets us out in under an hour. Again, rare scenes, even when we do have our post-University Eagles just dominating the game. Under 50-minute match.
On first down, Hurts
is always impressive.
pulls this one in along the sideline.
So GG's to Adonis as he'll move on
He goes out.
with the 2-0 victory.
The big play, and that's him 17 yards. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
MunDayne looking to avoid a 2-0 loss here. So I'm going to need to get the score lines just correct,
Hurts throwing again.
as the teams have flipped, I believe. MunDayne looking to get to the outside. I'm pretty sure he's on Baltimore here. And he is. He's running on the defensive side of the football. Unfortunate for him, the difference between a huge lead or a massive deficit as we approach halftime.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Looks like a little engage A. Almost certainly those safeties are going to be rolling back on that play.
The Eagles.
I know we see the meme double safety blitz, but I don't know if I've ever seen MunDayne actually call it. He might have it run on this play here. We'll find out almost instantaneously following the snap. But very normally he'll run actions that just look like double safety blitz, and the safeties will drop back for the zone coverage. Wealth of adjustments under center for Cumberland. And there it is. Yeah, the safety's going to drop back. Brown able to make one miss. And that's the point of emphasis for MunDayne. These one-on-one tackles in space have been almost the single failure point every single time in these contests. It's almost impressive. They're not easy for anyone to make by any means, these one-on-one plays in space. It feels like MunDayne gets forced into a lot of those scenarios where he has to make that tackle when there's no other help.
It's 3rd and 2. On the play fake, it's Hurts.
Gonna stay locked in, but the run out to Goddard, running backwards, but I believe he already crossed the plane. Not quite. Gonna be a couple inches short of the first down marker. 4th and inches. Cumberland with a chance to lead with some easy points. You'll wonder if they'll opt to go all in for the first down. MunDayne waiting for that play call, and the quarterback gonna stay out on the field for the Phoenix.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. On 4th down, Hurts.
Roll out and uncontested in the back of the end zone.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
And everything's just come down MunDayne. He's had such a tough half
Halftime locker room.
of this regular season.
Smith, touchdown.
A PAT going to be good. It's 28-7.
That one splits the uprights.
Just no other way to slice it. It's been a completely different MunDayne in the second half of the semester. Again, Swiss format. The quality of opponents can flip
All set for the kickoff.
on a dime once you get towards these last 2 weeks of the semester, and the pretenders
And it bounces out of the end
get
zone,
bounced
so they'll
out,
set up shop
and
at
you're
the
only
30.
dealing with folks who have been in that rarefied air, that rarefied record. MunDayne with only one loss to his name.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
But right now, fighting an uphill battle if he wants to keep that one in the loss column intact.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson.
First play under center, lots of grass. Still going to air it out to Flowers for the first down and more. Wise play.
She pays the price for moving the chains that time.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
Under center once more. Receiver has a step on his man. Quick score for MunDayne to get back in the contest as we approach halftime.
The Ravens chop some of the lead off before
Still
the
a
half.
lot of football left to be played if MunDayne can score a couple of quick stops.
On for the extra point.
Don't know which way the possession arrow goes.
The point after splits
Once
the
again, that's going to be a huge factor
Ravens get it back to a
in the
14
momentum of
point
this game. But for now, MunDayne, 3 timeouts apiece.
Now Tucker
Gotta
on
think
to
about
handle
playing
the
some
kickoff.
defense with 32 seconds left.
This short fielded at the 20. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. First and 10,
Playing some defense a little bit closer to the receivers. Commentators curse. Just thinking about it at the line of scrimmage, you bring the secondary a bit closer. Quarterback gets any time under center. Someone's odds are losing in the foot race somewhere. Cumberland Esports able to respond to that pressure.
First down throwing for Hurts.
A lot of time. Gonna opt for the short completion to Barkley for the first down.
They get an even 10 on that play.
That time almost the inverse. No one playing those underneath routes. Only one underneath route
That is what
available to
elite
Barkley
offenses are all
that time
about.
for the
Not
first
worry about
down.
3 downs when you need only one. Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Motion man right is Smith. Hurts now from the
Movement
gun.
pre-snap. Thinking about this drag route. MunDayne's all over it. Gonna force the intentional grounding.
Wasn't gonna risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
MunDayne looking to repeat that defensive success. This time comes up with a takeaway. Would be huge to grab a pick 6 at the end of the half.
The Ravens get the football back.
Not gonna go all the way to the touchdown. Gonna be at just short of the 45.
As a defender, but gosh, he looked good.
But a huge win on defense to put any scoring chances for Cumberland to bed at the end of the first half.
Chewed up yardage in the open space. Well, make
Deep
those
man 3
offensive
prevent.
coaches and
Almost
teammates
gonna
proud. We've
guarantee
seen defensive
no
players get
score
touches on occasion,
for
but
MunDayne
they
here,
can
but
just
stranger
save
things have
themselves.
happened.
Maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
All right, this is gonna be the play that takes us to halftime.
MunDayne with one shot, one opportunity here. Question is, will he take it or is he going to let it slip? Loads of time under center. They only rush 3. Jump ball is intercepted. That'll be the end of the half. As long as you don't throw a pick 6 here, nothing to worry about. Brought down at the 28. And we have the third quarter.
So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well,
Not how MunDayne has drawn it up.
Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get
2
back
touchdown
to the
deficit. We're taking a swig. We need all the hydration we can get as we approach the start of the second half. Good news for MunDayne. Going to start with the football.
And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer.
It's
for
certainly
exciting start
an
to this
uphill
second half.
battle.
We've got a touchback.
Fighting back the 2-score deficit.
First and 10 now from the 30.
MunDayne, first down of offense here in the second half. Patience under center. Want to make sure he's got everything perfect.
He's looking to throw.
Man, he had an extra blocker. He kept the running back in the block. Still got taken down.
Drives them back.
TFL for a loss of 7.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves.
Kept
because
22 in as a
it's
blocker.
their
Still got
first
brought
sack of
down.
the
Looked like he...
And that's why smart front offices
Man,
and
you blocked
complete
7.
teams build a well-rounded roster. That
Looked
way
like they had
core
the numbers
components like
advantage
pass rush
inside.
stays in
Still
there,
able to get hands on the
other areas of
quarterback.
the team pick each other up.
Another try following the sack.
Able to find Henry out of the backfield.
And he'll get
Nice
taken
chunk
down
play to
after
bring about
advancing
3rd and
to the
short.
37.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
3rd and 3. Makeable down and distance.
Now Jackson on 3rd
For
down.
MunDayne here. He's got the drag route.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Not enough time to air out the football, and it'll be 4th down. Adonis, or MunDayne, excuse me, well aware of the scenario. Not happy about the situation he's forced into. Nowhere to go but up. He wants to get back in his game. Needs to push through this 4th down conversion. Done it twice in this contest, so he's already used to fighting back against these tough odds. Want to see some time under center here on 4th and 3. It's been tough to find this drive.
Jackson's gonna go on 4th.
Sometime under center. The pass to Flowers is hauled in. Short completion, but it's just what the doctor ordered to move the chains.
Got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson.
Got a man open in the middle. It's Aguilar. Not able to turn the corner.
Works this to the 38 before going down.
Still a nice chunk play
It's a gain of 21
to get
yards,
into
picking up
opposing
that first
territory.
down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Pair of drag routes out to
Connects with
Bateman.
And he didn't
for
get
the
much
8-yard
time to
gain.
secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. After a good
Nice
pickup,
momentum
they're
for
set up with
MunDayne
2nd
so
and short.
far, following that gutsy 4th down conversion. Now on 2nd and 2, looking to break into the red
Throwing
zone.
again.
Large drop back under center, brought down for 3rd and 2.
It definitely affected the throw. It's
Still
incomplete.
very makeable.
This is why
But
we
MunDayne
care
just
about
hasn't been able to buy any time under center
when
here.
you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
MunDayne trips formation on the left, able to find the drag route with a step. One step, all he needs to get that first down. Don't need to score instantly. A 2-score lead, not insurmountable with this much time. You want to be perfect, you don't want to be quick. So far, MunDayne able to embody that perfectly on this drive. To find the in route with a step. Tough catch is hauled in through the contact. And we have first and goal. Vibe check for MunDayne as he goes from the limitless open field out into first and goal, which has been his kryptonite. Able to clobber his way through defenders for the touchdown. Derrick Henry just too strong. It's all Cumberland uses to great effect in game 1. MunDayne able to get some of it going his own way and make it a 1-score contest. We got to be locked in. We're leaning in the chair, ladies and gentlemen. Serious business here as a stop will open the door for MunDayne to get us tied up.
The kickoff is away. That's going to be taken in at the 8.
And he is brought down at the 20-yard line. A lot of field that MunDayne's going to have to work with here.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Oh, 1st and 10 out to Barkley, brought down short of the line of scrimmage. Short of the first down marker, excuse me. 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line. Run out to Barkley on the left sideline. Gonna be just short of the first. No, just barely able to cross the plane.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look
Now
really
Cumberland,
easy, a lot easier
they
than
don't
it's
need to
supposed be for
score.
that defense.
They don't need to score a
I think they'll
touchdown. Let's
care
not say
about
they
it
don't
when
need to
they get the
score.
sidelines.
How quickly these Madden games can go, and with how strong a run offense they're going to have at their disposal, they can afford a field goal if they can just matriculate upfield and take a lot of time off the game clock, score a field goal midway through the 4th, and it might be too much of a mountain for MunDayne to climb with the time that's left. This time it's play action out to Goddard. Quick first down conversion and out of bounds. He goes.
They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake.
Still a
And when he
lot of
releases,
football
he gets
field
out, he gets some leverage. He
left
gets
for
to
MunDayne
that
to work
edge
with
before
here.
the defender can cover him.
New slated downs to approach
Forced to
here
go
from the
deep
40.
in the defensive playbook. We're not just operating off those top 3 favorites like you had earlier on in the
They send
season.
the tight end in
This is
motion.
the sort
First down, a run with
of
Barkley.
mind games. High-level offenses like this are going to force you to the spin move, able to move the chains once more.
There now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass
Now
forward.
jet sweep for Dotson, spin move.
And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line.
Man, if I'm MunDayne, you just got to stay locked in. His spin moves have just been not at that level. The spin moves for Cumberland, slithering past defenders, grabbing extra yards.
The execution,
Almost a first down conversion off of the back of that strong spin move. MunDayne, the stick work has not just worked out in his way. We've seen him spin right into defenders multiple times. Cumberland bouncing off the blocker that time. Still enough of a window to move the chains.
well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now
And
about
this is
a
what we were
3rd down
referring
call
to.
as that run moves the sticks.
Onto
Got
the air
ball
about
in hand,
one
ready
time.
to
Everything else has been a run
recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd
here
down
on this
coming.
drive.
First down, and they go right back to
MunDayne
it.
not able to get hands on the running back the first time. They'll bring about 2nd and inches.
The rookie from Clemson in on that stop. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line.
MunDayne well aware this is not going to be an easy battle. He needs to come up with a stop and quickly.
In a good spot
Admittedly,
here,
may have to
2nd
force a
inches.
fumble with the way Cumberland have been running this offense. They're already in field goal range. Run out to Barkley once more. Brought down
And he's caught behind the line.
for 3rd and 1.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Critical down and distance for Cumberland. They're able to convert.
And it's complete.
So tough to cover the whole field when Cumberland only need a yard.
That one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
Cumberland able to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. Barrels in for the touchdown.
Oh my, this time on the Eagles.
Eagles go up by 2 scores.
Barkley similarly strong, able to shed off a couple of defenders and punch in a touchdown.
Barkley, the touchdown.
2-score game with 3:42 left in the 4th quarter.
Point after added on by Elliott.
And
the
tough
Eagles
breaks for
double their lead to
MunDayne.
14.
They're starting off 4-0. Gonna take a 2-game slide here,
Elliott's
barring
set
a
for the
miracle
kickoff.
at the end of this one.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun.
1st and 10 from the 30.
Bateman hauls it in. And he's
Pass
gonna go
caught
out of bounds.
for a
Looks like
4-yard
short
gain.
of
Lucky the
35.
route wasn't jumped, in all
There's
honesty.
no negatives ever on a great sheet.
All's well that ends well for MunDayne, however. They'll stay out on offense. Here at the 34. You want to see him score and quickly. A lot of football
Caught by Flowers.
still to be played here as he runs out of bounds. Need to conserve as much time as possible.
That play goes for 8 yards and it keeps this drive moving. 1st and 10 from the 41. Now Jackson.
Ball hauled in, rifled right to the defense. MunDayne can't believe it. Had the drag route open.
Eagles get it back as
He wanted a
intercepts
larger
for the second
gain.
time this game.
Understandable with the down and distance that time.
Upstairs from the booth, Kate,
But
down
what
to the
will
field.
almost certainly be a game-ending turnover.
Hot. These eyes
GG's in the chat. Yeah, MunDayne's not happy about it. Understandably so. 21-35, your final score of the contest. MunDayne, an electric start to the season. Again, 4-0 to start competition in Madden. Loses in week 5 and now loses in week 6 to Cumberland. Week 7 going to be so critical to lock in beneficial playoff seeding. Don't want to be coming into the playoffs, especially you've got at least 2 teams you're not too sure you're going to be able to beat. So MunDayne and Adonis going to continue to battle for high quality playoff seedings next week. They're basically locked in. As a matter of fact, I don't think MunDayne's locked in yet. I believe you need to hit 5 wins to lock in a playoff berth. So I don't even think MunDayne's in there just yet. But Adonis and MunDayne going to be battling for high quality playoff seeding next week. Hope to bring y'all that coverage as we approach the end of the ECAC regular season. Until then, I've been Sandwich. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's coverage of ECAC Madden 25. We hope to see y'all next week. Until then.